So quick cut to Landon's room. We got a lot of stuff out of here. Like there's a shelf right here and everything with all sorts of old toys. All that's gone. All of his kid books are gone. Kind of sad. They grow up so fast. You've got toddlers or 8-year-olds or 10-year-olds. Spend time with them because before you know it, they're going to be 14 years old. That's the desk. Yeah, so we're going to put the... I'll show you when he opens these up. They're really cool, like artistic set of Star Wars prints with Boss. We're going to put those on the wall up here. He loves this like vintage map. We're going to laminate that, maybe frame it. This wall we're going to stick a futon here so we can have maybe put a TV or something here so you can watch TV. Then I'll paint the AT-AT Walker scene on that wall. Okay, so this is the room after my wife painted the walls and redecorated. She completely rocked it out. So my son's really into Star Wars, so she got these little shelves and put some of his figures on that. Got a mirror for him. And I guess futon's going right there. That wooden chair's out. We had troubles finding a place to laminate that big vintage map, but we figured it out, and we'll put it right above here, above the futon. Now his bed's over here. And here's those prints I was mentioning in another video. They're just insanely awesome. They're so cool. Here's my son's like steampunk shelf, alchemy shelf. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. And here we have this funny little mirror because I didn't want to paint over where his height indicators were from the past. Like that one's from like 5 years ago. I couldn't paint over it. I'm really sentimental. There's another poster that was already there. Cowboy hats. The desk I made. I got him that sweet office chair. Now I can bust out some homework. And see, here's the thing. My son, we have him every other weekend and every other Monday. But he's 14 now, so that got dialed back. So I'm going to kind of use this space as my office. So yeah, and then here on this wall, I'm going to be taking all the dimensions of the wall, where those posters are, where that shelf is, and where that mirror is, and the footprint of his bed. And I'm going to make paint an AT-AT Walker scene on his wall, and I'll show you the, I guess, composition that I chose. And yeah, I'll show you that right now. So here is the ATAT Walker scene that I picked that I thought had a really cool composition. It's on my Photoshop right now. I'll format it to the exact scale of the wall and then organize it so his pictures that are the 3 posters or prints that are on his wall will go right there, and his shelf will go right there. And I'll figure out where to place that ATAT Walker and that ATAT Walker, so it all works out. Alright, I'll go ahead and spec out his wall and I'll show you what that looks like when I'm done. So I just got done with this, and it's appropriate that this song is on because whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. So that, and that, and that is the mirror behind the door, the shelf, the 3 prints, and Landon's bed. So the big ATAT on the left will be right there. The medium-sized one I'll paint right there. And then the little guy you'll only see when the door is open. So yeah, here it is all laid out. So now, just have to take the stuff off the wall, get black and white paint, and see whether or not I can paint it. So that's next. Okay, so it's the next day and I had an idea. I sometimes get ideas. What I was going to try to do is to project the image from the projector onto the wall. Instead of trying to freehand it, if I could get the outline of the ATAT walkers on the wall, I thought that would be smart. So we'll try it. Well, so far we're off to a good start. I got the screen, or my laptop screen, projecting onto the wall. So I'll just turn on Photoshop and adjust the screen size to try to match up with the wall. See, now this is actually kind of fun. That's my buddy. Hey man, what's up? So this is kind of what I discovered, is that the projector can only go back so far, so the image on the screen, that's all the larger it will cover up the wall. So I can't do it all in one shot where I have the big ATAT walker there, the medium-sized ATAT walker here, and the small one in the background. But is what I'm going to do is I can use these objects on the wall to reference to scale pieces of the whole. So I'm not sure if you can tell, but So on my computer screen, I had this black thing represents that alchemy steampunk shelf. So it's projecting the exact size, and the scale is 1:1. So that is legit. I can pull the shelf down, trace the ATAT walker there, then just move it down to do the feet, move it up to do the head and wherever else, and then do the next one and then the next one until I got the whole thing. This is turning into a pretty crazy project. But yeah, I'll take that shelf down and you'll see the ATAT walker a little bit better. So there is the ATAT walker and the little black thing right there representing the shelf. And I'll turn that layer off. It's a big file, so it takes a little bit of time. There it goes. So now what I have left is an image of the midsection of an ATAT walker to scale on the middle of my son's wall. So now with pencil I should be able to just trace it out and it shouldn't be too hard to fill in with black and white and mix it for the different shades of gray, and we'll see. I'll mark in with pencil here and we'll see what happens. So I'm not sure if you can see, but here is the first pencil on the wall. And you can even see it a little bit less from over there. Yeah. Okay, so it's getting real. I know you can't see, or maybe you can, I don't know. But I'm done with the outline using the projector. Drop cloth is on the bed. I've turned the image to grayscale, so I should be able to easily mix the colors. I'll put 100% black in that one, 100% white in that one, a 30% mix or 25% mix, 50% mix, 75% mix. So then I should be able to come on Photoshop, use my dropper tool, pick a particular color, and then it'll show up as on the grayscale. So like that right there is about 25%, so I'll just use 25% on that part. And wherever I click, it'll tell me what gray tone to use. Or is that tint? Tone? I always get that mixed up. So like, for instance, that one, it's closer to black, so I'll just use black. Wherever I click, it'll tell me, like that one's 50%. And yeah, my wife gave me permission to use our vintage juicer, whatever, and our vintage, I don't even know what these things are. This is a juicer. You put the plastic on top and you can get orange juice out of it or grape juice out of it. It's dumb. It's like, you have to use like 10 oranges to get 1 shot of orange juice. Feels like such a waste. But yeah, I'm going to mix my colors and get started. Okay, so here's kind of my thought process. Now, understand, I've never done any of this before. I've never painted a mural before using a projector and painting like this. So I'm kind of just figuring this out as I go. Like, some people watching that are painters, like artists, are probably watching this thinking, oh, he's cheating or whatever, using Photoshop and sizing it and projecting it and using percentages of paints. Should all just be done with love and free flowing and by whatever. But I'm a mechanical designer. Like, originally I went to college to be an art teacher, but when I got a little bit older in my 20s, I kind of made a shift from more artsy, fartsy to more math, sciencey. So I changed my major, 3 times. I changed it from art teacher to graphic design. So I almost graduated from college with graphic design. It was at the last 11th hour that I changed to mechanical design. Because I hated the subjectivity when I would hand in an art project, and I got a D- on this one particular project. It was an advertisement for a bar, a made up bar, and the lines were all squiggly, and the art teacher gave me a D- because she's like, well, the lines are all squiggly. It was years and years and years later that I saw a Coca-Cola advertisement that looked identical to the one that I had done and got a D- on. And I'm thinking to myself, Coca-Cola, you know, along with like Budweiser, is known for their marketing. So if I got a D- on my art project in college because I had squiggly lines, and then years later Coca-Cola has an advertisement that is using the same exact kind of artistic method with the squiggly lines and stuff. So I hated the subjectivity of art. Like, I don't want to hand in a graphic design project and have the client be like, oh, it's... Okay, so I did some freelance work while I was in college, and there's this... Up in Bemidji, there was this outfit called Nailers, and they'll drive around in a red truck, so it's kind of like their signature thing. And they were just getting into web, having more stuff online. And they asked me in there, she's like, could you make a pimped out red van for our website logo? I was like, yeah, cool. I chopped the top, put ground effects on it, tinted the windows, lowered her down, put on some really pimped out like 100 spoke rims on it. It was so pimpin'. And then when I handed it in, I was like, "Oh, she's gonna love this." And then when I got in there, she's like, "Oh yeah, we don't really like it. Can you make it more hot rod?" I'm like, hot rod and pimpin', 2 totally different looks. So I hate graphic design. I hate the subjectivity of it. So in my right-left brain switch from artsy-fartsy to math-sciencey, that world just makes way more sense to me. So as a mechanical designer, I hand in a project, it's either right or it's wrong. There's no gray area. So now my method here of doing this is, it's scientific for me. Like, yeah, anyway. So here I have the 100% white, obviously, 100% black, obviously. So I've got 20 teaspoons of white, 15 teaspoons of white, and 10 teaspoons of white. And then now I'm going to put 20 teaspoons of black, 15 teaspoons of black, and 10 teaspoons of black. And what that's going to give me is a 30% mixture, 50% mixture, and then or I guess 33 percent mixture, 50% mixture, and then that should be 66%. So that should give me my all the grays that I need to complete this project. Okay, so I mixed the colors all together, so it should give me 3 different tones or shades or tints of gray, whatever that color is. Now, I'm disturbed because the grays aren't different enough to give me the contrast between them that I'm looking for. So mathematically, maybe it's right, but now there's a trick to color theory. Now, out of all the classes in college that I took, color theory was by far the most twisted, demented, difficult one. There's things going on with color that in light, that I just don't understand. So yeah, sure, this one's ever so slightly darker than what's supposed to be the 50% one. And this one's ever so slightly lighter than what's supposed to be the 50% one. But you can see that they're just not different enough. So I'm guessing, yeah, maybe the numbers are right. And it should, in theory, give me, 70, near 75, near 50, near 25. But it just doesn't give me the contrast that I need. So what I'm going to do is probably eyeball it, or maybe even it's after it dries, it changes different gray tone. So maybe I should just trust it. But yeah. Alright, so there it is, the first paint on the wall. It's intense. Every stroke is just like, dang. There's no erasing. Like, okay, so like this line right here is supposed to be straight, but I went out just a little bit, so now it's like slightly curved. In the overall scheme of things, you'll never notice, but like, now I know how real it is. You go outside that line, it's, yeah, like little kids staying inside the line in the coloring book. Those lines they're not very thick. Those pencil lines, you go off just a little bit. You're just, but overall, I think if I'm careful, like I say, I'm not a painter necessarily, so this is all new to me. Every stroke is intense. Like, wow. All right, let's keep going. Yeah. That's intense. That's just like a little spot going around one little detail. And now, to add to a level of difficulty, and I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I'm blind in this eye because I'm waiting for cataract surgery, so my depth perception is all wonky. Yeah, that adds another level of difficulty to this. Best wife ever. She just made me steak and eggs, living like a king. Okay, I'm taking a little bit of a break. That literally just took so much time. I can't even believe it. I may have bitten off a little bit more than I can chew. I'm gonna paint all the black parts and see what it looks like just with silhouette. That might just be not only good enough, but it might actually look really cool. So yeah, there is the first part of the At Walker mural.
Need something in that corner.
Alright, so here's the mural, almost pretty much done. His leg goes all the way down into the corner there. So his room is 100%, well, 95% done. I gotta finish putting edge banding around the top of his desk. I got him a file cabinet with keys. Got to screw on the tops. Those are still loose. And then the very last thing I have to do is this one little last At Walker. You can see it's just penciled in now. Barely see it. But yeah, there's an At Walker penciled in there. I got these acrylic markers because that one's not going to have a lot of detail because it's the one that's kind of in the foreground. And this is just a small guy. Yeah. There is the whole thing. Yeah. Alright, so here it is. It's officially done. I'm as far back as I can get because it only kind of makes sense when it's far back or whatever, but yeah, I have, it goes all the way down to the floor, but obviously the bed covers that up. Yeah, we have this mirror here because it covers up his heights from when he was little or whatever. Yeah. So that concludes this video. It spanned a 2-month period to do this. There's parts where I had to take a break because I was getting stuff taken care of with my eyes and I couldn't really see very well. But yeah, this is the whole entire room set up. You guys saw how it looked before, and it's got the futon now set up. Yeah. Let's play some poker. So it's the middle of the day, Friday. I have the day off because I've got to go to the eye doctor. It's the final eye check to get my glasses back. It's been a 3-month ordeal, but You can see I'm up to 924. I was having this dance back 350 to 450 to 500, back down to 350, up to 450, back and forth for like 50 days. This went on. So right out of nowhere, had an uptick. I was up to 990 this morning, but then I played some cash games and I had a straight. Somebody had their flush and well, he took 50 from me. But yeah, so being in the middle of the day, games are scarce. Like there's nobody at the tables. So now that I'm past 880, I can technically play the $44 sit and goes, but it takes forever. I only played one and got third, which is min cash. So that was kind of good. But yeah, they take forever to fill up, especially right now during the day. So I'll just play this $11 sit and go. I'll go ahead and get registered. Hopefully some other people will hop on board soon. 6-9 suited. King 2 offsuit in the small blind. I don't even want to try to steal the blind with that hand. So I'm not gonna. I'm just folding that. I don't like it. Pair of fours. Somebody else already limped in. So I will limp in right there for sure. Not the outcome I wanted, but if nobody bets, I'm going to bet. Because if there's already two kings out there, that means odds are nobody has one. So I'm going to bet 90 into a $120 pot. And since I went once, I have to go twice, so I'll bet 150 into the 300 pot. Making monies. Well, chips, but... Since one person is already out, and I only have two more to go to the button, I will go ahead and bet with the King 10 suited. It's no longer full ring. That sucks. But it is a diamond, so I have a backdoor flush draw. So I'll just go ahead and call here. See, now I have a backdoor, or now I just have a straight draw, but I don't have the odds to chase after that. No way. Ace Jack suited in the small blind. I'm seeing a potential sandwich situation here, so I'm going to 3-bet. Could be a bad idea. One of them folded. Queen is the best high card I could have had on that flop, so I'm going to rep that. That's how you do it, boys and girls. Ace Jack in the big blind. I dare you, buddy. I will pounce on that with a 4 big blind bet at 240. Get out of my house. Jack 8 on the button. I will try to steal those blinds with a 3 big blind bet. That didn't go good. I don't like the 10. So I'm actually just gonna check here. See, I was hoping for a 9, obviously. That didn't go the way I planned it at all. Pair of 9s, early position, limped in. So I will be in position if he bets. And a 9 drops, but that's the worst possible set you could get because it's like riddled with straight draws that hit his limping range. So I'm going to bet 150 into the $250 pot. That was not very dramatic. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and call that like an idiot. Well, alright. You win some and you lose some. I didn't even get it on tape. I'm gonna be late for my eye appointment, so I bet with Queen Jack offsuit. The chip leader called, and I bet 400. It was a 4 big blind bet. He called, and it was Queen Jack landed on the flop. Yeah, I took his chips and I doubled up. Yeah, I'm in a situation where I gotta get going. So hopefully it gets down to 3 players here quick so I can just at least recoup my monies. So yeah, I was unable to finish my $11 sit and go before I left. I was $6,000 chip lead, and I was like, I gotta go. So I basically left in the middle of a sit and go. That kind of sucked, but yeah, we'll get this video out.